Can we talk about your broken heart for a minute? You know what? Scratch that. Let's talk about my broken heart. Let's talk about mending my broken heart, because I may be talking to someone whose heart is not even broken. But for me, my heart has been broken. But it's very easy to talk about heartache and heartbreak when someone else is the cause of it. But when you talk about mending your broken heart, when you're the cause, like I can talk about this person who's broken my heart or that person who's broken my heart. But it gets a little difficult to talk about when you've broken your own heart. So let's just break it down, because I have a teaching background and I love to break down words. I love to, even if I feel like I know the definition of a word, I always like to go and look in the dictionary and just really break down that word. So, broken heart. A broken heart is overwhelmed by grief or disappointment. Brokenhearted. Overwhelmed by grief or disappointment. Let's break that down even a little bit more. So what is overwhelmed? Overwhelmed is defeat completely. So like when you're overwhelmed, you're completely defeated. So what's disappointment? Disappointment is non-fulfillment of our hopes or expectations. So brokenhearted is feeling completely defeated because our hopes or what we expected to happen in our lives or what I expected to happen in my life was not fulfilled. It's making me have thoughts that are not aligned with who God said I am. So I don't want to be like that. I don't want to feel that way. I want to take action and reevaluate the steps I need to take so I can mend my broken heart. So the hopes and expectations that I had for the direction that my life, that I know my life is supposed to take. I need to sit back down at the table and look at my goals and my plans again. I need to get into God's word and make sure that what I had hoped and expected to happen is in alignment of what God's word says. Because see, this is my year of divine alignment. Now your year may be another word, but I am believing that your year, your word it aligns with what God's word says. So I didn't get what I had hoped for or expected. So let me reevaluate things. Let me go back into God's word and say, okay, this is what I want. Maybe I will still get what I want, but maybe one little thing was off. So let me go back into God's word and make sure that thing that I was hoping for and expecting is in total alignment with what God said about me. So that hurt and that disappointment that I have, that overwhelming feeling of grief and disappointment that I'm experiencing, can now turn around and be in alignment with what God's word is saying about me, for me. So, when you are, your heart is broken as a result of someone else's error, it is a little bit more easy to navigate. But when your heart is broken as a result of your error, or as a result of something that you had expected for yourself, it gets a little tricky. But God's word never lies. God's word aligns with who he said you are and what he said he wants you to do in this life.